we have a new threat appearing now at T+4. So let's grab our number 4 token, and this time it's the fighter up in the blue zone. This guy here. So let's place the number 4 token on the start space of the blue zone trajectory. Let's move to the next step, and this is player actions for action 10-4. I might try and speed up a little bit now, but blue player is going to press the A button. And this for blue means firing the heavy cannon in the blue zone. And this is fueled by the lateral reactor over here. Now this is a bit dodgy, look, because there's no fuel left here now. We've just taken the last one. Now, unlike the central heavy cannon, this one only does 4 damage. Alright, not 5. And that's not going to be enough to take down this fighter, because 4 minus 2 is only going to lose 2 damage. So it's going to be 2 hit points away from the fighter, but that's not enough to kill it. But we should have planned for that, I think. So green does nothing, but red presses the C button, which is that all-important computer maintenance, and this time it's going to go in this spot here. And then for yellow we're going to hopefully see a coordinated attack, pressing the A button over in the lower blue zone. Now these light cannon, they only do 2 damage, but they don't take energy from any of these reactors. They got their own little infinite supply. All we'll do is we'll move that yellow cube up here to reflect the fact that we've fired that cannon. And with all our actions played, we get to resolve the combat damage now. And we've got these 2 cannon firing. This one for 4 damage and this one for 2, so that's 6 in total. So we add those 2 together. They've both got range 3, so they're going to head up and take out the first threat they see on the blue zone. Remember, both these cannon are firing on the blue zone only. So this is our fighter. So let's take our 6 cubes. That's 4 from the heavy cannon, 2 from the light cannon, and place them on the fighter. We're going to reduce this count by 2, because that's the number of shields. And what that's left us with is 4 hit points worth of damage, and that's enough to destroy this threat. The fighter's gone before I had a chance to move. Great job. Everything's looking good. We get ourselves another trophy. We can remove the number 4 from the blue zone trajectory and remove the energy that we spent firing those cannons. Now the yellow one, that just goes right back on the reactor. It doesn't remove from the board, so after we fire our cannons, back on the reactor. The green ones, they go back to the supply. Hey, we're looking sweet. That's all the threats down so far, and the other 2 that remain are 3. We've got our internal threat as well, and that's coming out next turn. So mission step moves along, threats move, there are no threats. Along one more, right, T+5, we get the saboteur appearing. Let's grab the number 5. And yep, our saboteur was T+5. So we're going to place our number 5 token on the start spot, this trajectory here at the bottom of the ship, which represents internal threats. But not only that, we need to say exactly where in the ship this saboteur has appeared. So we look here at the bottom left of the image, and it shows us highlighted the lower white station. So we'll take this token and we'll place it here. That's where the saboteurs have appeared. Next step, action turn 5. Player actions. So blue presses the C button, which in the upper blue zone activates the battle bots. So what they're going to do now is they're going to stand up and they're going to follow the blue player, and they're going to accompany the blue player wherever he goes in the ship. Green presses the B button, and this is where I made a timing error, because when I was planning this was empty, but in resolution it's not, so I still have to do it. So I'll spend one of these energy capsules. There's 3 in the reactor, maximum of 5, so I'll grab 2 more to bring the central reactor back up to 5. So that was a little bit of a waste. Now you'll see how I managed to mess this up. Red's going to do nothing, but yellow on 5 is going to press the B button. You've really got to be careful when you're planning actions, looking at the order. So pressing the B button here in the lower blue zone is going to recharge the lateral reactor back up to its maximum of 3. So I take 3 cubes from the central reactor over to the lateral reactor, and that's left only 2 in the centre now instead of 5 like I was hoping. So far, I think that's the biggest risk to my plans. On the plus side, I don't have any threats coming in the central white zone anymore. Let's move the mission on. Combat. I didn't fire any cannons. Threats move. Well, we do have a threat now. We have our saboteur. Our saboteur has a speed of 4, so we're going to move the number 5 token 4 spots down the internal threat trajectory. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now in doing so, we've moved past an X. Now we have to look at this lower part here, and it says if it hits the X spot, so you normally have X, Y, Z here, it says if it hits or moves past the X spot, move the saboteur right. So we need to take this token and move it right into the blue zone. Okay, let's move the mission on then. Computer maintenance, we're good. T+6. Threat number 6 will now appear. Grab our number 6 token. And a quick scan tells me it's the cryoshield fighter up here in the blue zone. So we place the number 6 on the blue zone start spot. And we progress to player action turn 6. Blue will use the gravelift. So blue, and remember he's accompanied by the battle bots, he's going to use the gravelift and come down to the lower blue station. Green has got his gold-backed advanced action now. This action says wherever he is, he's going to move to the upper blue station. So green's heading up here. Red does nothing, and then yellow will press the A button, which means firing these cannon here. So the light cannon on the blue zone. Now that may appear to be a little bit of a desperate move, but I did that on purpose as it goes. They only do 2 hit points worth of damage, and the cryoshield fighter does have shields. But let me show you what's going to actually happen. Next step is combat damage. And all we did was fire these light cannon. They have range 3 but only 2 hit points of damage. But what you may recall about the cryoshield fighter was when hit for the first time it receives no damage. Hits on later turns do normal damage. So that counts as a hit. It does no damage. That just suits me just fine, right? So I didn't have to use lots of energy or to try and do a big hit, because it was never going to break through the cryoshield fighter anyway. It was just enough just to hit it with my light cannon, just to get rid of this effect. Next step then, threats move. I've got 2 threats on the board now. I've got number 5, the saboteur, and number 6, the cryoshield fighter. You start with the lowest numerical order, so we're going to start with the saboteur, who has a move speed of 4. So 4 spots down the internal threat track. 1, 2, 3, 4 takes him past the Y. Now this is something I haven't planned for, so I'm not quite sure what this is going to do. Take 1 energy from reactor if possible. If not, deals 1 damage. Well, the saboteur's here, and I've just refueled this reactor, so it's just going to take 1 energy. And I think, well, it's alright for now. The problem's going to be if I've tried to use my heavy cannon or my shields over here to take out the cryoshield fighter, which is still sitting in the blue zone, and I'm left with not enough fuel. Let's play on and see how that resolves. Okay, we lose 1 energy. Put that back in the supply. The cryoshield fighter now moves with a speed of 3. So 1, 2, 3. It didn't quite reach the X spot, so we're okay there. And the mission goes on. T+7, threat number 7 is going to come out, and that was a nasty one. It's our man of war up here in the red zone. So number 7 goes here, and the mission proceeds to action turn 7. blue player plays the BattleBot action. Remember, blue's here in the lower blue station with the Saboteur. And playing the BattleBot action here is going to activate these guys to attack any threats that are internal to this station. BattleBots always do 1 damage, so I'm going to grab 1 red cube. And as long as our internal threat has the BattleBot action here, it means it's susceptible to attacks from BattleBots. We're going to place the 1 red cube down, and the Saboteur can only take 1 hit point of damage before it's destroyed, so Saboteur is out of here. That's 1 more trophy, and we get to remove the internal threats. Wow, I can't believe how well we're doing here, but we've still got 2 threats to go. Alright, I won't speak too soon. Green presses the A button. Green's up here, so pressing the A button here is going to fire these heavy cannon. So we need to grab 1 fuel from the lateral reactor here. Red does nothing, and then yellow also hits the A button. Man, this is looking really sweet at the moment, because we're now going to calculate our combat damage, and with the heavy and the light cannon firing in the blue zone, that's going to be 6 hit points. Let's grab our 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With range 3, we're going to hit the Cry-Shield fighter. 6 hit points minus 1 for the shield. It's 5 hit points, and he's only got 4. So that's another threat down. And the blue zone's clear now. Great job. So it's just the man of war left now. And he's about to move. Okay, threats move. He's only got a speed of 1, but he does sit on a very short trajectory track. So 1 down. X is still a few spots away. As we now head into the final phase